Okay, so I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed and embarrassed by something. But I also know I can't be the only one. So I have never done well with change, ever. And I still don't do good with change, especially like sudden change. When I was younger, it was, your typical change. Like, I don't know, plans changing last minute. Someone not being able to go to something that I thought was going to be able to go. Or like, I would always have a plan in my head. And if that plan changed, meltdown. I would freak out, panic attack, crying. Like, it was a whole big thing. And, that continued. And obviously I learned to kind of manage it as I got older. But I feel like since hitting my 20s, I've kind of hit like a roadblock with that. And now I am struggling with like any kind of change. And that's where I'm feeling embarrassed and overwhelmed. As an adult, as a 23-year-old, I want to do, adult things. I want to feel like an adult. But that's hard when like I walk into work and someone called off, or like someone's name has been crossed off the schedule that I was anticipating being there, and I end up shaking and having a panic attack and freaking out and having a whole meltdown 5 minutes into walking into work. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, I don't want to do that, but I also feel like I can't control it. Like, it was embarrassing. Or like, I don't know, my parents divorced. That was pretty hard. But that's a pretty big change. So like if someone tells me, yeah, we're going to do this, or I'm going to go with you here, or this is this plan, and it changes, or I just don't do good with change. And it's frustrating because I'm very self-aware. To a point of fault, I feel like. And I just, for my fellow ADHDers and those who are autistic or, struggle with overstimulation, or, how do you cope with change as an adult? How do you cope with change? What do you do? How do you cope? Because I need some suggestions. Or like, how do you cope with being overstimulated in like the things that happen as an adult?